Welcome to the John Kroll Show. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski. Coach John Kroll and his Stevens Point Panthers finished off a busy week last week, 3 road games, finished 2-1. Coach, let's just start at high level like that. You go on a road trip, a week's long road mission with 3 games. To turn around 2-1 is probably still a good outcome.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good week. It was a tough week. I mean, 3 on the road. We kind of joked around about it. You know, we're on an NBA West Coast road trip. You know, here and we had some obstacles. 3 different types of teams that we had to play against and prepare for. It's a good spot in the year to kind of have this, right? See where you are. We're a little past the midway point, and challenge us right now in this point in time in the season, and see where we're at, see where we need to get better at, so we have enough time here before playoffs come to fix stuff and start building some rhythm, and hopefully it carries in through the playoffs.
Last week on Tuesday, you were at Appleton East. I talked to you after that game. You had a 20-point lead at one point, and that kind of went away all the way down to a 1-point lead. And you talked about, or I asked you when we talked about learning some endgame scenarios. And then we went to Wausau East on Friday night, and again had an 8-point lead with 6-7 minutes left, wherever it might have been. And then those endgame scenarios kind of came back in. But just tell us about that a little bit, and where the learning was, and then where it went, and how it's going to come back.
Yeah, two great tests for us, in 2 totally different types of games, right? Over in Appleton East, we were able to build a halftime lead of 15, get it up to 22. Then, like we talked about, we got a little fast on the offensive end and got lazy on the defensive end. And, when you combine that for long stretches, you're going to see that lead decrease pretty quickly with the way that teams can shoot the 3. But I like the way that we battled back, made enough plays on both ends to secure a win on Tuesday. And then, on Friday against East, I thought, they were playing a little bit different defense on us. And I thought, we were taking really good shots. I thought we missed 4, 5, 6 shots right around the hoop, around that 5-6 mark. I think we missed like 4 in a row. Great shots, high percentage shots. We just didn't finish on those. And then, 2 totally different types of game. Very physical on Tuesday, very hand check, a lot of calls. I think there was 63 free throws in that East game. And, we just change of call the way that was being called. And, to have a chance in that game, sending, your opponent to the line 41 times, we got to stop following, and we're giving free points there. And we just didn't adapt to that kind of style. We haven't seen it a lot this year. It's physical, even in the conference at times. And then, playing a lot of Fox Valley or road games, non-conference games, it's been more physical, and we just didn't adapt.
I thought at one point, Coach, we had more blood time than we did in a wrestling meet at Friday, and it was all on their end, I think. Second half, Coach Dan Garrett, Wausau East Lumberjacks head coach, brought out a new defense. They played a box and one and denied Carter the entire second half. Did Carter Combs know he was that important to your basketball team that they would single him out like that?
Well, I mean, he is. I mean, when people look at stat sheets, they first thing they go to is points, right? And Carter doesn't lead us in points, but he makes a lot of our other guys score. I think he's averaging 7, 8, 9 assists a game. He gets us into our motion offense. He finds guys in their spots to be able to score. So when you take that initial starter, right, for our offense, and we haven't seen that before. I thought we attacked it pretty well. We had some shots. We just missed a lot of shots in the lane that if we make, half of our misses, maybe it's a different outcome. But, he's a big part of it. What we've been so far this season is we've been balanced. So we don't feel that, if we're able to move the ball like we do, and we have a lot of guys that can score in a lot of different places where, you can't just take out one guy. Teams have put emphasis on stopping Grant in the inside or taking Cease away on the outside. We've had guys that have taken advantage of openings, right? And we've had multiple guys lead us in scoring this year where, if they take something away, we're gonna be able to take something else. So I wouldn't say it was shocking. We just haven't seen it. We haven't gone over it a lot just because we haven't anticipated it, I guess.
Last about East, we'll move to your Wisconsin Rapids win over in Wisconsin Rapids on Saturday. For your team, a 12-year winning streak against Wausau East. Now, others in conference may have had years-long winning streaks, so they've had some struggles over there for some years. Now not undefeated. He came into that game undefeated, 13 or 14-0, whatever it was, on Friday night. We heard this from Marathon's boys basketball coach Adam Jacobson. They took their first loss also here locally, and he had said undefeated doesn't change where we're going this year. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, and does it hurt? Does it sting? Yeah, it does. You want to win every game, right? But one game doesn't define you, and we've talked about it. But what one game can do is put you on a different track, right? So are you going to allow this game to affect you in a negative way, or are you going to learn from this and bounce back and, make this moment help us going forward on stuff? And we got a group that wants to, they refocused pretty quick. We didn't have which was nice. We didn't have a lot of time to think about this one and feel sorry for ourselves or anything like that. We had to go and play the next day. So it was good to be able to get back at it, the next day. But something, at some point in a season, it's tough. It's tough to go undefeated in any sport at any level. And we've been talking about it for a while.
Testy 1, 2. I'm ready whenever. So whenever you want to take it, it's up to you.
At some point when we don't have ours and we can't grind it out, this
that works.
Can happen. So
yeah, whichever. I'm good.
To learn from it, we got to regroup. I think at some point every team kind of hits this bump in the road in their season, and it's up to us of which direction do we want to go, after this.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins were undefeated Super Bowl champs. They pop champagne every year when the last NFL team loses for a reason, because they're the only ones to have done it. So I think you're right on that. 21 hours later, after leaving Wausau East, you guys are back on the bus, as you said. Now we're headed to Wisconsin Rapids, and you get a quality win against a conference opponent. Like I said, finish that week 2-1. What was the sentiment headed back to Stevens Point on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think they regrouped really well. I mean, we had some great stretches in that Rapids game, and we had some stretches that we needed to get fixed. And we got to look at what we're doing right now, and we got to kind of regroup and go back to our basics. And right now, it's definitely on the defensive end. I mean, we're giving up a lot of points. Friday we had a lot of fouls. We need to go back to the beginning of the season. It's like hitting the halfway point, hit this bump in the road. We got to regroup, and it's a new season, and we got to rebuild again back to where we want to be. And hopefully we can, in the next month or so, catch another rhythm. And when we hit our second season in the playoffs, we're ready to go.
It's a top 10 road game on Tuesday, and then I'm hearing a home game after quite a time away from home. We'll talk to Coach John Kroll about that right after this.
An SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin. Look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. The Stevens Point Brewery is a proud sponsor of local high school athletics. Experience the many refreshing flavors of Point Gourmet sodas. Handcrafted in small batches, each flavor is perfected for your enjoyment. From tasty black cherry cream to the world-famous Point Root beer, every bottle is in the house. Point Heating and Cooling in Stevens Point and Plover, with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Point Heating and Cooling or visit pointheating.com. Turn your house into a home and shop home furniture. Home Furniture on Post Road in Plover. When it comes to customized apparel or your local sports team apparel, Turn to Maida in Stevens Point. From corporate outings to outfitting your club or sports team, Maida has all you could need.
Welcome back to the John Kroll Show. Stevens Point Panthers boys basketball coach John Kroll and his team head to Waunakee, a top 10 team over in the Madison area on Tuesday night. Coach, our mathematical rankings, which mirror that of the WIAA's seed selection process math, both of you top 10 teams, but here you go on the road again. Thoughts on headed down to Waunakee on Tuesday?
Yeah, they're a really nice team. They got good size, great guard play, some good depth, and they're physical. They're a physical team. You know, Waunakee is known for football, right? So they got big kids, big strong kids. You know, I know Tyler Selk well. You know, in his first year at Waunakee, and he's doing a great job down there. And they're going to be ready. They've been playing well. They also have a tough schedule. They've played some of the top teams in this state, and you know, they have an outstanding record, and they compete, you know, every single game. It's going to be a great test for us. Another opponent that plays a different way than a lot of our conference opponents do. So it's going to be a good look for us. Something we got to be prepared and ready to go down there for a full 36, because we know that's what it's going to take.
After Tuesday's road non-conference game at Waunakee, just one non-conference game left on the schedule. That at Rhinelander, although a team that used to be in the Valley. That's a conversation for a different talk. How do you feel that you did scheduling these tough non-conference teams this year? How has that paid off so far?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, with our conference, we get 12 of them, right? We get 12 non-conference games. So
hey, yeah, I'm ready whenever you. From Stevens Point area senior high, SPASH Panther girls basketball is on the air this evening as the SPASH Panthers take on the Rhinelander Hodags in a non-conference matchup here in Stevens Point this evening. Good evening, basketball fans. A.J. Ligman with you for this game broadcast as you're enjoying the Auto Select pregame show. Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you are good to go. SPASH coming off a nice victory the other night over Wisconsin Rapids by a score of 63-32 as the Panthers held Rapids to 8 points in the first half of that one, on their way to the relatively easy conference victory. And tonight, they get a good matchup. This is a good Rhinelander Hodag team that comes in here. They play in the Great Northern Conference, and they are a very tough squad, very well coached, and they will be a good challenge for the Panthers here tonight on the Panthers' home floor here in Stevens Point. First-year head coach for the Panthers is Janelle McCarville. Boy, has she done a nice job with this girls' basketball program. She really has these young ladies playing hard and really putting together good nightly efforts, and it has definitely shown as the Panther ladies, they are tied for the lead in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Of course, this is a non-conference game here tonight, and the Rhinelander Hodags will be their opponent here in Stevens Point. So that wraps up our Auto Select abbreviated pregame show. We're going to take a break, and we will be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip as you're watching SPASH Panther girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
people's second school district referendum. It's a decision that shapes our children's future. Before the game begins, we ask that you please stand if you are able and remove your caps as we honor America and those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
And we welcome you back out to Stevens Point Area Senior High. Getting ready here for girls non-conference basketball action between the SPASH Panthers and the Rhinelander Hodags. Glad you could join us here tonight on Zaleski Sports as the Panthers, 10-6 overall on the season, take on the Rhinelander Hodags. They are 11-4 on the season. This is a young starting lineup for the Rhinelander Hodags, as they've got some very talented young ladies on their roster. Starting lineup will look like this for Rhinelander. Auburn Clark will start at one guard. She's a 5'8 freshman. At the other guard will be a 5'6 freshman, Vivian Lamers. Up front for the Hodags will be senior Morgan Van Zyl. She'll be joined in the front court by Leah Jamison and Lily Treader, rounding out the starting lineup. Head coach of the Rhinelander Hodags, Mr. Ryan Clark, assisted by Mr. Tyler Barron, Mr. John LaChapelle, and by Miss Val Verbist. For the Stevens Point Area Senior High Panthers, at one guard will be a 5'9 freshman, Jada Soibert. She'll be joined in the backcourt by 5'5 sophomore, Ellie Strong. At the other guard will be a 5'10 sophomore, Lydia Johnson. Up front will be forward. She is a 6' junior, Lindsay Weiler. And rounding out the starting lineup will be 5'11 senior Abby Josie. Panthers in the white uniforms with the red numerals. The Hodags in the visiting black jerseys with the white numerals. And we are ready for action here this evening. Should be an exciting one. Glad you could join us here on Zaleski Sports. It's going to be Lily Treader jumping it at center, and it is controlled by Stevens Point, won by Soibert. Into the front court come the Panthers. Lydia Johnson, man-to-man defense by the Hodags. That's Lindsay Weiler, got it back inside. Weiler backs in, goes up from 5, off the backboard and good. Lindsay Weiler for 2, and the Panthers take the early 2-0 lead just underway from Stevens Point area senior high. Into the front court. Here come the Hodags quickly. They like to run. Vivian Lamers got into the corner to Clark. Clark, just a freshman, skips it outside Van Zyl. Round the horn they go. Three-pointer on the way is good for Lily Treader. Lily Treader knocks down the triple from the corner, and it's 3-2 in favor of Rhinelander. Good non-conference matchup here at the Fieldhouse tonight. Seubert, dribble drive, turned away there by Lamers. Battle of the freshman right there. Out Josie goes baseline, skips it out to Strong. Out to Lydia Johnson, 17-footer is good! Lydia Johnson knocks down the 17-foot jump shot, and the Panthers take the 1-point lead. Into the front court now, Van Zyl. Panthers showing the 1-3-1 half-court trap. Right side, ball controlled by Lamers. Lamers got it back out top, poked away by Seubert. They let them play on. Battle for the ball, taken away. Clark, open three, off the backboard, no good. Offensive rebound for Lamers. Lamers, spot up three on the right side, hits. Vivian Lamers for three. And the Hodags up 6-4 here in the early going at the Fieldhouse. Now into the front court comes Strong. Strong right side, got it back to Abby Josie. Josie catches near the timeline. Gave it up to Strong. Strong inside, caught there by Weiler. She has to regather. Throws it underneath, but it hit the rim, and it comes free to the Hodags. Into the front court now, Clark. Clark steps into a three, and that's long off the back rim. Boarded by Weiler, and a rebounding foul on the Hodags here. Going to be called on Leah Jamison. Jamison, that is her first. Team foul number 1 in this first half. Just underway here in Stevens Point. 6-4 in favor of the Hodags. Strong breaks the press. Slows it down in the front court. Strong skips it out. Johnson the catch in the wing. Johnson, dribble handoff. Seubert to the rack. Goes up. Scores. That's a bucket for Jada Seubert, the leading scorer for the Panthers, and we're even at 6 apiece. Out top now, Clark. Picked up her dribble. Got it ahead to Treader. Back out top, inside, outside. Good movement by the Hodags. Now it's picked up by Treader. Skips it out to Van Zyl. Van Zyl, ball fake. Took some contact, stolen away by Seubert. Seubert ahead of the pack to the rack and scores. Jada Seubert for 2. 8-6 your score in favor of Stevens Point. 15-12 and counting in this first half. Panthers awaiting the Hodags into the front court. Try to set up that half-court trap. Seubert is the young lady out in the top of it. And a traveling violation here. Hodags tried to get into the post and couldn't. Our game broadcast brought to you in part by Staub Construction. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Into the front court come the Panthers. With the ball now, Johnson into the post. Weiler, triple team. Seubert, open three, off the rim, no good. Battle for the board, on the floor. Weiler comes up with it, then lost it, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Hodag basketball here. Hodag basketball. 8-6 your score in favor of Stevens Point here in the early going. Again, great non-conference matchup here at the Fieldhouse. Into the front court we go. That is Morgan Van Zyl with the ball. Van Zyl out top, pounds the dribble. Van Zyl now looking, double team, lost it. Seubert trying to get it free, dropped out and hit the line. They're going to say it's off of the Panthers' last. Panther Sports brought to you in part by Point Heating and Cooling in Stevens Point and Plover. With over 100 years of making your home and business comfortable, call Point Heating and Cooling or visit pointheating.com. Now the ball thrown to the backcourt and thrown away. It is a turnover, no tip, and they're going to say it's Stevens Point basketball. Our game broadcast brought to you by SC Swiderski. An SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin. The Chippewa Valley and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Panthers inbound against some token pressure by the Hodags. Abby Josie with the ball into the front court. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Stevens Point. Panthers 10-6 in the season, 6-0 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, sharing the Wisconsin Valley Conference lead with Marshfield. The Tigers come to Stevens Point on Monday. I believe that's a doubleheader we'll carry here. Seubert underneath. Nice jump stop. Goes up and scores. Jada Seubert for 2. Timeout taken by the Hodags. We take one with them. 10-6 Stevens Point. We're back after this 30-second timeout on Zaleski Sports.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
14:03 left in this first half. 10-6 in favor of the SPASH Panthers. Panthers have weathered the early three-point barrage from the Hodags. 2 3-pointers thus far for the Hodags, but nonetheless, they have yet to hit a 2-point field goal. We're out of the Rhinelander timeout. Clark into the front court. Got it back to Treader. Treader kicks it outside now to Clark. Clark catches on the far sideline. Clark around the horn now to Jamison. Jamison lost it off her foot, and that is going to be a backcourt violation here. Clark, as it was controlled by Jamison and rolled into the backcourt off of her foot, and the Panthers get the turnover. One thing about the Panthers, I think that's something that's underrated about their game, is their defense. I think they do a nice job defensively. Got a good mix of young ladies at each of the positions. They defend well. They're gritty. They're tough. Pass inside Abby. Josie goes up. Missed the layup. Goes up again. That's partially blocked. Josie trying to rip it free, and it's going to be a held ball. Should be Rhinelander basketball. Cardinal, our sports brought to you by this evening. Home Furniture. Turn your house into a home and shop Home Furniture. Home Furniture, Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. Post Road in Plover. 13.5 minutes left in this first half. SPASH up by 4. Into the corner now, Lamers. Skips it out to Clark. Wide open three around the rim and out. Rebound battled for. It's going to be off of Rhinelander, out of bounds. Yeah, this Rhinelander squad, they are not shy about shooting three-pointers. And it's going to be black ball, I believe. Or hold on here. It's going to be a foul on the Panthers. Foul was called on Weiler. The table wants to talk about it here, too, to get things straight. So I believe the foul is on Lindsay Weiler. They're going to get this straightened out. The ball went out of bounds. The foul is on Weiler. All right, they got it straightened out. You know, I guess that's the main thing at the end of the day. Inbounding now are the Hodags. Ball inbounded now to Treader. Treader threw it into the post, broken up by Weiler. Skip pass comes out top. Controlled by Jamison. She gave it up to Clark. Clark handles the ball, top of the key. Clark dribbling, pulls up for 3, off the back rim, no good. Clark 0 for 3 from the field thus far tonight. Into the front court come the Panthers. Seubert gives it up. Abby Josie for 3, off the rim, no good. Weiler tips out the rebound, and that's going to be her second foul. Love the effort by Lindsay Weiler, but it's tough for her to get those 2 early fouls because now she's going to have to sit for a little bit. She's such a good physical presence on the inside for Stevens Point. Jacinta Stroik into the game. Panthers playing without one of their top players, their point guard, Adelia Nest. She's been out for an extended period with injury. Hopefully she can get back soon. Once the Panthers get back into the meat of the conference schedule. Three-pointer at this end. Jamison misses. It's out of bounds, and it's going to be Rhinelander basketball here. Rhinelander basketball on the baseline. Ball will be administered here by the Hodags. They get it in. Clark pulls up for 3. Off the rim, no good. Boarded by Stevens Point by Stroik. Here come the Panthers on the break. Seubert into the front court. Seubert out to Stroik. They work it around the perimeter to Josie. Stroik, top of the key, left side, Seubert, open 3. Good! Three-pointer for Jada Seubert. And a full timeout taken by the Rhinelander Hodags. We take one with them. 12:15 left in the first half. 13-6 Stevens Point. We're back after this timeout on Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
And we welcome you back out to the field house. A.J. Ligman with you. Dan is our studio engineer on site. He's doing the hard work. I'm just hanging out here tonight. He sets up everything. He makes the broadcast go. I just talk a lot. That's all I do here. If I need a break, then Dan steps in. So hopefully we can make it through this one here. It's been a good one thus far. 13-6 in favor of Stevens Point. We're out of a full Rhinelander timeout. Rhinelanders had to burn 2 timeouts here in the early going. Coach Clark not very happy with his ladies in that timeout. Treader up the court. They break the press and get a layup out of it. Well, that's one way to get back into it. Kelsey Winter with the bucket. That breaks a 8-0 run by the Panthers. Panthers into the front court. Johnson double teamed on the baseline. Got it out to Stroik from 15. Around the rim, no good. Johnson, the offensive board. Gave it up to Soibert. She steps into a 17-footer. Good! Jada Soibert for 2. She's got 11. Quickly the other way, the Hodags get a bucket in transition. That's Treader. As the Hodags caught the Panthers not getting back on D. 15-10. Pace starting to pick up here in Stevens Point. Johnson with it out top. Gave it up to Soibert. Soibert double team. She comes back near the timeline. Panthers look to run some clock. Katie Kornowski in the game. Dishes it out. Three-pointer by Josie is off the mark. Tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to be Stevens Point basketball. Looked like the Hodags were going to have the rebound, but as the player went for it, it glanced off her hand and out of bounds. Panthers will inbound on the baseline. Stroik, holding, looking, gets it in. Kornowski gets it to Soibert off a double screen, and that one's in and out. Josie the putback, and she's hammered there. And to the foul line will go Emma Josie. Kelsey Winter, the personal foul. That is her first. Team foul number 2. Abby Josie at our Serve Pro free throw line. Brought to us by Jamie Wenzel. First free throw in the air and good. She will shoot once more. Serve Pro, the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. 16-10 Stevens Point. Another free throw for Josie in the air and true. 2 points for Abby Josie. 4 ladies in the scoring column for Stevens Point. 17-10 Panthers. 11 minutes left in this first half. Into the front court. Comes Clark. Dribble drive. Baseline. Gave it up. Three-pointer on the way. That's long, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Stevens Point basketball. Panther Sports brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services. They are a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Medford, Wausau, and Marshfield. Now Lydia Johnson with the ball. Gets it out to Josie. 15-footer up off the rim, no good. Battle for the board, and it's going to be secured by Jamison of the Hodags. Ahead to Clark. Clark gets it to Lamers. Back out now to Jamison. Clark, the leading scorer for the Hodags. 22 points on the season. Clark in deep, battling. Boy, look at Soibert holding her ground against her. Fantastic defense there. Now it's out to Jamison off a high ball screen. Jump stop at the elbow. Kick out catch. That's Treader. Treader back out. Clark. Clark dribble drive into the lane. Nowhere to go. Boy, the Panthers have bottled her up. Winter kicks it out. Ball fumbled by Jamison. She'll regather. What great defense by the Panther ladies here. Their fans are enjoying it. Why not? This has been a long possession. Clark into the lane. Wild shot goes awry. Boarded by Abby Josie. Good stand there by the Panthers. Soibert into the front court. Kornowski, left corner now. That is controlled by Jacinta Stroik. Soibert holding, top of the key. Soibert pounds the dribble with her left hand. Soibert backs it up. Just so under control with the ball is Jada Soibert. Now the Panthers get it out to Josie. Josie near the timeline. He'll bring it to the right side. Josie crosses over. Nice left-hand pass off of Soibert's hands out of bounds. Right idea by the Panthers. Just couldn't convert. Ellie Strong and Harper Robinson into the game for the SPASH Panthers. Morgan Van Zyl into the game for Rhinelander. 9:18 and counting in this first half. 17-10. Stevens Point with that 7-point advantage. Out top now, Clark gets a ball screen there. Clark backing up, back into the lane, to the rack, blocked from behind by Jacinta Stroik. Great help defense by the Panthers there. Well, even though Clark got past the first wave of defenders, the Panthers were able to recover there. Now Robinson, nice post feed. Johnson goes up off the backboard. That's too strong, boarded by Winter. Winter gets it across to Clark, searching for her first bucket of the game. Clark into the front court, picks up her dribble, gets it out left side for fellow freshman Lamers. Lamers, dribble drive, jump stop, holding, looking. Clark pops out. She picks up her dribble at the elbow. For the Panthers, they send 2 or 3 defenders at her. Lamers now. She'll get into the lane, kicks it out to Clark. Clark holding on the left wing. Clark thought about taking a ball screen now, is going to go one-on-one with Strong. Clark gets it out top. Catch, three-pointer on the way, no good. Battle for the board. Winter away with it. An offensive rebound for the Hodags. Another three-pointer on the way. Treader off the rim, no good. And a rebounding foul on the Hodags here. Foul is going to be on Morgan Van Zyl. Her first, team foul number 3. Into the game for the Hodags, Tori Riopel. Riopel into the game. She's a 5'3" senior. 17-10 your score in favor of Stevens Point. Just over 8 minutes left in this first half. Strong into the front court. Gets it out to Kornowski. Kornowski on the far sideline. Picked up her dribble. Pass in the post. Johnson goes in and scores. Nice strong move by Lydia Johnson. Johnson, just a sophomore. This is a young Panthers squad. 1 senior on the team in Abby Josie. Clark on the wing. Gets it out to Van Zyl. Van Zyl, dribble drive, split the defenders, up and scores. Good move there by Morgan Van Zyl. Token pressure now by Van Zyl. Panther lead cut to 7. Panthers have led by as many as 7. Or check at 9, I apologize. My math not as strong as it usually is. Into the post now, Stroik goes up, and she is fouled on the way in. Jacinta Stroik will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's going to be called on Auburn Clark. Her first, team foul number 4. Stroik to the Serve Pro free throw line. Brought to us by Jamie Wenzel. Serve Pro, the number 1 choice. Cleanup and restoration, Serve Pro like it never even happened. Our game broadcast also brought to you part by Hoff Favor Real Estate. Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle of Hoff Favor Real Estate Group are your local Stevens Point realtors. That's Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle of Hoff Favor Real Estate. Second free throw in the air is good by Stroik. She splits a pair. The Panthers back up 8, 20-12. 7:15 and counting in this first half. Clark into the front court. Oh, nice crossover, and she's fouled on the way in. Yeah, that was a nice move by Clark. She's a talented one. Strong called for the foul. Set her up nice and crossed her over and was able to split the defenders. Auburn Clark and Vivian Lamers, I mean, they are very talented freshmen for this Hodag squad. Winter picked up her dribble at the right block, dishes it out to Clark. Clark outside, ball fake by Van Zyl. She'll recycle it back out. Clark for 3, off the rim, no good. Winter is there for the offensive board. But she done a nice job on the boards for the Hodags. Another 3-point attempt, no good. Sported by Seubert. Seubert scans the court, brings it into the front court. Seubert gets it out to Kornowski. Kornowski holding, looking, right side, Stroik, 3. That comes up short. Boarded by Clark. Hodags look to break. Clark into the front court. Thought about getting ahead to Lamers, but slows things down. Clark pounds the dribble on the left side. Guarded by Ellie Strong. Boy, look at Strong working hard right there. Now Van Zyl. Jump stop, give. Got it out to Clark. But the Panthers just not letting the Hodags get into their offense, really keeping them on the perimeter. Lamers into the corner, works off a string, curls, gave it up. Winter goes up, shot short, boarded by Seubert. Here comes Seubert up the court. Seubert, 4 Hodags running at her. Do you think they're trying to focus on her? And it's going to be a foul called on the Hodags. Vivian Lamers, her first, team foul number 5. Abby Josie back into the game for Katie Kornowski. Panthers inbound on the baseline. 8-point advantage for Stevens Point. Strike gets it out. Soibert, 18-footer is good. Jada Soibert for 2. 30-second timeout taken by the Hodags. We'll take one with them. 5:58 left in the first half. Panthers by 10 as you're watching high school girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
My gosh. In today's economy, it seems the value of a dollar continues to shrink, while the services offered are getting less and less. Here at Maher Water Corporation, a new high-efficiency system made by WaterCare can help ease the stress on your checkbook. We are always available to analyze and recommend one of these units. So while we can't actually make your money grow, we can make the value of what you get from Maher seem like it.
Back out at the Fieldhouse, busy night of sports here in Central Wisconsin for the Panthers. Their boys basketball team at Waunakee. That's a big non-conference matchup in the Madison suburb. The SPASH hockey team, they're going to drop the puck at 8 o'clock tonight at the KB Willett Arena against the Neenah Hortonville Co-op. So a lot of action going on all around Central Wisconsin and throughout the state. Three-pointer put up is short. Battle for the rebound, and it is going to be a held ball. Jump ball, it will be Stevens Point basketball. Our game broadcast brought to you by Rocky Rococo's. For your next catering, birthday party, family night, or just lunch on the move, make it a delicious, cheesy, Chicago-style deep dish slice from the one, the only, Rocky Rococo's in Stevens Point. Slice that would sound good right now. Dan and I will give a shameless plug for that. 5.5 minutes left in this first half. Panthers by 10. We've done a nice job here defensively on this potent Rhinelander offense. Soibert, ball fake, steps it back behind the three-point line. Gave it up now to Strong. Strong off a high ball screen. Into the lane, dishes. Josie, open three. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound is secured by Winter. Kelsey Winter, 5'6" junior, has done a nice job since she's come in. Several rebounds. Into the front court now. Clark gets it out to Winter. Pass hits at the knees of the defender, and then it goes out of bounds. Good hustle by Strong. Going to stay with Rhinelander. Hodag's a little bit loose with the ball here tonight. Generally, they keep it under pretty good control, but tonight, I think you got to credit the Panther D. They've been aggressive from the word go. Now Clark brings it into the front court, looking for Winter in the high post. Clark now directing traffic. Tough to play against this 1-3-1. You got to make that first pass, because if you don't, you just cannot get into the sequence. Now the Panthers really pressuring the ball. Clark steps into a long three. That's off the back rim, no good, and a rebounding foul on the Hodags. Going to be on Winter. Check it. Lamers, her second, team foul number 6. Next foul on the Hodags. Panthers will be in the bonus. Under 5 minutes left in this first half. Stevens Point with the basketball, leading by 10. Strong into the front court. Gets it out to Josie. Now to strike. Top of the key. Soibert three. Off the rim, no good. Battle for the board, and Winter comes away with it there. Winter gives it to Clark. Clark now into the front court. Hodags have hit a lull offensively here. Haven't scored in several minutes now. Lamers playing with those 2 fouls. Holding it left wing, free throw line extended. Right side to Clark. Clark dribble drive. Clark jump stop, nowhere to go. The Panthers just throwing waves of players at Clark, keeping her out of the lane. Now out top Clark. Pressured by Stroik. Right side, 3 on the way, no good. Player went down in the play, and they say play on. Here come the Panthers into the front court. That's Strong. Strong got it back out top. Right side, Soibert. Soibert dribble drive. Clark slipped down on the play. Stroik from 17, back rimmed it no good. Boarded by Lamers. Here come the Hodags. 3:35 and counting in this first half of play. SPASH carrying the 10-point lead. Now Clark pounds the dribble on the left side. Steps out top. Trying to run the offense. Looks for a cutter on the way through. Hands it off now to Treader. Treader back. Holding the ball. Looked like it potentially could have been in travel, but they play on. Clark all the way to the rack. Blocked by Weiler. But the Panthers have gotten several blocks from the weak side, and right there, good job by Weiler. Strong to the rack. Missed the layup. Got her own rebound. Good effort there, but it's going to be a backcourt violation on the Panthers. That's a tough one for Abby Josie. She's taking off thinking that she's got to get back on D, but Strong with a great effort to come up with a rebound. Threw it towards the timeline, and Josie was straddling the timeline, and a good call by the backside official. Everybody gets excited, yelling the call, but give the officials a chance. These three individuals have done a nice job here thus far tonight. Ball controlled by Lydia Johnson. Into the front court to Strong. Strong, ball fake, into the post. Weiler goes up, a lot of contact, and the ball comes free. Rhinelander basketball. Into the front court come the Hodags. Clark out top. Holding, gets it to the left side. Neither team hasn't scored in several minutes now as the defenses have taken over. Treader got it out to Clark. Clark pressured there by Seubert. This is a big matchup of two freshmen who are going to probably see a lot of each other over the next several years. There's a shot that's blocked by Seubert. She used her length to block it there. Now Strong into the front court. Strong kicks it out. Weiler, ball fake, crossed it over, lost control, but it comes to Seubert. She'll pull up from 15, off the rim, no good. There's Weiler, goes up, misses, but she'll go to the free throw line here. Good effort by Lindsay Weiler. Foul's going to be on Treader. Her first team foul, number 7. To the free throw line, Lindsay Weiler to shoot 2 at the Serve Pro free throw line. Eyeing the bucket. First free throw, no good. Free throw line brought to us by Serve Pro. Jamie Wenzel, the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. So a Hodag team that comes in averaging nearly 59 points per game. Panthers have them off that mark here tonight. Weiler splits the free throws. 23-12. 2 minutes left in this first half. Now they trap Clark near half court. Her pass was tipped, but it comes right back to her. Clark now pressured by Seubert. And the Panthers really have done a bang-up job on her. Down to the post. Clark puts up a 5-footer. That one's long. Winter goes up inside, and she'll go to the free throw line here. I think they're going to get Strong for the foul. Ellie Strong, second. So the Panthers in a little bit of foul trouble here. You've got Weiler and Strong, both with 2 fouls apiece. Don't want to have either of those young ladies get 3 in this first half. First free throw is good for Winter. She will shoot once more. Panther Sports brought to you in part by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, or Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. Both free throws hit by Winter. She has 4 points off the bench for the Hodags. Lead back now down to 9. Minute 35 left in this first half. Ellie Strong out top. Pounds the dribble. Nowhere to go. She'll back it out. Gets it to Josie. Panthers don't have to be in a hurry. Get a good shot here. To the rack. Josie missed the layup. Rebound comes out to Strong. Wide open 3. Off the rim, no good. Offensive board, Lydia Johnson. Panthers doing a great job crashing the boards here. 2 more opportunities for Stevens Point. Now Seubert. It has Lamers on skates there as she pounded the dribble. Now Johnson on the wing. Just over a minute to play. Seubert 3. Good! Jada Seubert from way downtown. And Seubert has 16 to lead all scorers. 26-14. And Jada Seubert, like I said, just under control. Step back behind the arc. And dead eyes the triple. Now Clark with the ball. Panthers sending 2 players at her. Inside to Winter. Picked up her dribble. Got it out to Lamers. Back out to Clark. Splits a double team. Goes up. Around the rim. No good. Winter the offensive board here. Boy, Winter's done a really nice job for them off the bench. She's giving them a good energy. Now in the corner. Treader thought about a 3. Gets it back out to Clark. I think they're going to try to hold for one shot. But the Panthers still swarming defensively. Clark throws it ahead to Winter. Winter got it back to Clark. She'll hoist up a long 3, no good. Offensive rebound, back to Clark. 8 seconds. Back out, 3. Treader. That's good. That could be a really big bucket there. 2 seconds. 1, and that's going to end the half. Big bucket by the Hodags at the end of the half, and they trail by a score of 26-17. Entertaining first half that saw the Panthers lead by as many as 12. Hodags led by as many as 3. And the Panthers with the halftime lead of 9 at 26-17. We will take a break, and we will be back with our halftime programming after this timeout. You're watching high school girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in. If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe. And now open on Saturday nights. Try the new Rock and Roll Cafe Bar and Grill on Church Street.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
And back out at Stevens Point Area Senior High, your score at the half, it is Stevens Point Area Senior High Panthers 26 and the Rhinelander Hodags 17. Our game broadcast brought to you in part by Ansay & Associates since 1946. Ansay & Associates has provided insurance to help secure businesses and families throughout Wisconsin. With custom coverage and superior customer service, Ansay & Associates can provide all of your insurance needs. Visit ansay.com today. Ansay & Associates, securing and protecting your American dream. Panthers up by 9 at the half. Let's take a look at our halftime scoring. Leading all scorers in scoring this evening is SPASH freshman Jada Soiber. She has 16 to pace everybody here tonight. Lydia Johnson with 4, 3 for Lindsay Weiler, 2 for Abby Josie, 1 for Jacinta Stroik. 8 2-point field goals, 2 3-point field goals, 4 out of 6 of the free throw line were the SPASH Panthers in that opening half of play. For the Rhinelander Hodags, they were led in scoring by Lily Treader. She had 8. 4 for Kelsey Winter off the bench, 3 for Vivian Lamers, 2 for Morgan Van Zyl. 3 3-pointers, 3 2-pointers, 2 out of 2 at the free throw line for the Rhinelander Hodags in the first half of play. 9-point advantage for the Panthers here at the half. As our halftime programming will continue, we'll take a 90-second timeout, and we will be back with more as you're watching SPASH Panther Girls Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza.
Pizza. Pan-style pizza.
I love it.
Cheese sauce. Toppings and slices.
You'll love it too.
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Pizza. Rocky Rococo.
And back out at the SPASH Fieldhouse, A.J. Ligman with you. Dan is our on-site studio engineer. 26-17, the Panthers up by 9 here at the half. Our game broadcast brought to you in part by Point Brewing. The Stevens Point Brewery is a proud sponsor of local high school athletics. Experience the many refreshing flavors of Point Gourmet sodas, handcrafted in small batches. Each flavor is perfected for your enjoyment. From tasty black cherry cream to the world-famous Point Root Beer, every bottle is in the house. And we'll find out who's going to be in the Zaleski Sports House. Our player of the game and our Nasonville Dairy post-game show, that will be coming up following our game broadcast. We will talk to the victorious coach and our Nasonville Dairy player of the game and find out who will be in the house here this evening in Stevens Point. Panthers, Coach Janelle McCarville didn't have much to talk about, I guess. They were back out here with about 6 minutes left on the clock. Can honestly say I think that's the earliest I've ever seen a team leave a locker room to come out for halftime, but they played a pretty good first half. Rhinelander's still in the locker room, and he got a feeling that Coach Clark is probably discussing a few things with his team. Probably not very happy with their first half play. But like I said before, a lot of that, I believe, has to do with the way the SPASH girls played defensively in that first half. Panthers, after tonight, they will be back in action on Friday when they will be at Wausau West to take on the Warriors in a Wisconsin Valley Conference game. Then this coming Monday, the 29th, they will be at home when they take on Marshfield. If the Panthers and Tigers both win on Friday night, it's going to set up a meeting of undefeated girls basketball teams in the Wisconsin Valley Conference here in Stevens Point on Monday. So mark your calendars there. If you're looking for something to do, that's Monday the 29th. It's the boys-girls doubleheader here. I believe their boys are undefeated in conference play. The Panther boys have the one loss to Wausau East. You're going to see some good basketball here. And if you can't make it, tune into Zaleski Sports. I mean, obviously, we'd love for you to watch the broadcast, but we love to see people in person, too, out supporting these student athletes. Panthers by 9 at the half. We will be back with the second half in a minute. You're watching SPASH Girls Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
As a proud sponsor of Zaleski Sports, Stevens Point Brewery brings you a variety of gourmet sodas to indulge in while watching your favorite teams. Flavors include black cherry cream, kitty cocktail, mango, orange cream, vanilla cream, and root beer in regular or zero sugar. Have it as a float for the perfect post-game treat.
And back out in Stevens Point, getting ready here for the start of the second half. Panthers looking to pick up the non-conference victory. Panthers come into this evening. They have won 4 straight contests. Last loss was in the Century Classic to Fond du Lac. Rhinelander 11-4 on the season. They come in with 2 straight wins. Their last loss was at conference-leading Lakeland back on January the 5th. And we're ready for action here in the second half. Glad you could join us for this non-conference basketball action on Zaleski Sports. Hodags will go with Clark, Lamers, Van Zyl, Jamison, and Treader. Panthers will counter with their 5 of Johnson, Soibert, Strong, Weiler, Josie. Clark with the ball, and we are underway in the second half. Clark kicks it out to Van Zyl. Van Zyl, left side now to Jamison. Jamison got it to Treader, cutting off a screen. Back out to Clark. Clark gets a screen on the wing, lost control of the ball, regained it, double team, got it to Treader, got it out to Van Zyl. Van Zyl into the front court, back to the corner they go. Three-pointer on the way is no good, boarded by Josie. Pretty good possession by the Hodags to start the second half. Good ball movement, but the Panthers come through with the rebound. Strong into the front court, got it out to Soibert. Right side now to Strong. In the post, Weiler goes up and scores. Lindsay Weiler for 2. She has 5, and the Panthers back up by 11, matching their biggest lead of the game. Clark into the front court. Passes it out top to Van Zyl. Now Van Zyl around a defender. Got it out to the right wing to Lamers. Lamers passed up the shot. Got it back outside. Nice pass inside. Treader scores 2. Good look there by Clark. Good back cut by Treader. Underrated play in any type of basketball. That back cut, if you can do it and your teammate sees you, it is a thing of beauty. Now Strong in the front court. Holding. Dribble drive. Right side. Jump stop. Gave it back out to Soibert. Soibert shakes a defender. 17-footer. Short. Offensive rebound by Johnson. Got it out to Josie from 15. Off the rim. No good. Offensive putback by Soibert is good. Jada Soibert for 2. Game high 18. Treader into the front court. Got it out to Clark. Clark now to Van Zyl. Into the post, Clark. Tough layup is good. Boy, she went to her left hand and scored. That's Clark's first bucket of the night. Leading scorer for the Hodags in the season, averaging 22. Picked up her first bucket here nearly 2 minutes into the second half. Josie got it out to Strong. Strong holding and looking. Boy, Weiler wants the ball in the post. They get it to her. Tough pass. She's triple teamed and a timeout. Timeout before the ball came free. It is going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll take one with them. 15:34 remaining second half. 30-21. Stevens Point, we're back in 30 on Zaleski Sport.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
SPASH basketball on the baseline. Good timeout by head coach Janelle McCarville. Calling the timeout when her player is in trouble and secures the possession. Panthers get it in. Johnson back out to Weiler. Weiler, top of the key. One dribble, gave it up to Strong. Strong sizes up her defender. Dribble drive all the way to the rack, and it's good. Nice move by Ellie Strong. And the Panthers back up 11. Treader, though, quickly the other way, scores at the other end. This Rhinelander team not afraid to try to come back in transition. Strong into the front court. Kicks it out to Soibert. Rhinelander getting the defense going a little bit more aggressive right now. They know they got to do something to get back in this one. Clark with the rebound, then throws it out of bounds. Thought her teammate was going to keep on heading down the court, and a turnover by the Hodags. Full court pressure by Rhinelander. Down by 9. Under 15 minutes left here in regulation. Soibert to Josie. They'll just pass it back and forth. Under control. Soibert into the front court. Got it ahead now to Lydia Johnson. Johnson out near the timeline. Got it deep for Josie. Cross court pass. Weiler scores. Nice job. Weiler from Abby Josie. And it's a 11-point ball game. Clark into the front court for the Hodags. Left side now, Van Zyl. Van Zyl picked up her dribble. Nowhere to go. Van Zyl had it ripped away, stolen by Soibert. Soibert bringing it up the court. Soibert to the rack and had it stripped out of bounds. But Seubert, just so tough to guard. I mean, you could come out on her and make her put it on the floor, but she'll take it inside against anybody, or she can hit it from the outside. I mean, just really a tough guard for anybody. Strong to inbound. Got it to Kornowski. Wide open three. Off the rim, no good. Boarded by Treader. Hodags look to break. Here comes Clark into the front court. Clark, a hesitation dribble. She'll step it back and pound the dribble out top. Clark guarded by Seubert. Got a high ball screen, but lost it, and thought it went off the Hodags, but they're going to say it's going to be Hodag basketball. They're going to say it was touched by Seubert. As you're watching Spash Panther girls basketball from the Fieldhouse in Stevens Point. Here on Zaleski Sports. Dan, our on-site studio engineer, A.J. Legman here with you. Excited to bring you this game broadcast. Good non-conference matchup in girls basketball. Clark nearly got tripped off her feet. Takes it inside, goes up, and had it blocked away, and it's stolen by Stevens Point. Panthers into the front court. Seubert got it ahead. Kornowski from 15, no good. Josie had the board, goes out of bounds. It's going to be off a winter last. Coach Clark standing at his bench wasn't too happy with a non-call on the offensive end. One of his players lost their footing, and he was wanting to get a call on Stevens Point. Kornowski gets it out to Seubert. Steps into a three. That's tipped. Loose ball secured by Winter, and we're going to have a foul called on Stevens Point. Believe it's going to be on Josie. Abby Josie, her first, team foul number 1. Panther Sports brought to you in part by Maida. When it comes to customized apparel or your local sports team apparel, turn to Maida in Stevens Point. From corporate outings to outfitting your club or sports team, Maida has all you could need. Into the front court come the Hodags. Pass tipped by Seubert. Seubert has length, too. That's what makes her especially tough out top. Now Clark brings it down the right side. Kicked it out of bounds. It's going to be off of Clark. Well, the Panthers have really frustrated that young freshman Clark here tonight. Really done a good job containing her, throwing multiple looks at her. She's going to be a good one, no doubt about it, but it has not been her night here this evening. Strike. Pass in the post, tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Stevens Point. Panthers will inbound, or they will inbound on the baseline. Strong will be the trigger person. Looking, holding, got it in. Kornowski catches, right wing free throw line extended. Got it out to Strong. They double-teamed her momentarily. Gets the high ball screen out to Seubert for 3. Off the rim, no good. Boarded by Winter. Winter gets it ahead now to Clark. Clark pushes into the front court. Clark pounds the dribble left side. Ball fake there. One dribble Jamison. She gave it back up Treader. Inside, and a foul going to be called on Stevens Point. Jacinta Zdroik coming over the top. Her first, team foul number 2. Panther Sports brought to you by Par 4. Find many delicious lunch and dinner options at Par 4 Bistro in Wapaka. Perfect for a night out or a treat for the whole family. Find everything you could ask for under one roof on one menu at Par 4 Bistro, Highway 54, Wapaka. Ball inbounded, but off of the leg of Johnson and goes out of bounds, so they'll switch sides. And an inbound there. Got a boys basketball update. The Spash Boys up on Wanakee, 26-21. In their big non-conference tilt down in the Madison suburb tonight. Now controlling the ball is Jamison. Got it to Treader. Treader traveled. Tried to jump stop, and as she did, her foot slid. And it's a turnover for the Hodags. Hodags looking to pick up full court. Lurking in the backcourt, that's Vivian Lamers. Lamers against Seubert. Seubert easily breaks the token pressure to Zdroik. Right side now to Johnson. Johnson gets a ball screen, gave it up to Josie. Left side, Katie Kornowski. Katie will get it out top, pass in deep, tipped, loose, grabbed by Zdroik. Now Kornowski with the ball across to Josie. Josie pounds the ball right side to Johnson. She'll pull up for an open 10-footer. Good. Lydia Johnson has 6. And the Panther lead is the biggest they've had tonight at 13, 36-23. Under 12 minutes left in regulation. Right side now, Vivian Lamers. Look at Dan's got pull up here. He gets popcorn delivered to him during the game. That's a man who knows what he wants. Now Seubert into the front court. Got it right side to Kornowski. Kornowski, high ball screen from Seubert. She'll jump back, gets it inside. Josie, layup good. That was a beautiful play there. Give it a dime to Seubert. Boy, Seubert easily could have shot it, but saw that Josie slipped her defender and got it to her. Treader at the other end. She'll hit a triple. Treader leads Rhinelander tonight in scoring with 15. SPASH lead cut to 12. Just over 11 minutes left in regulation. Josie out to Kornowski. Gave it up to Stroik. Stroik fumbled it. Got it back out to Kornowski. Kornowski pounds the dribble to the right side to Josie. Josie holds and looks. Back out to Stroik. I like the patience of the offense. Here goes Seubert baseline. Goes up and scores. Well, she even may have taken some contact, but very strong individual played through it. She's got 20. Three-pointer by Treader is good. Well, Lily Treader heating up. Timeout, Stevens Point. Full timeout. We'll take one with them. 40-29. Panthers by 11. We'll take a break and be back in a minute. You're watching SPASH Girls Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
To me, the perfect run is when things start to get tough and I'm trying to keep my pace going and I hit this moment where I just quit thinking about what I'm doing. I've heard surgeons mention that as well, that during their best surgeries, you're kind of in just a pure flow. You know, my goal with patients is to try to help them get back to doing what they want to be doing.
And we welcome you back out to Stevens Point. AJ Ligman here with you. Dan, our on-site studio engineer. SPASH Panther Girls Basketball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft. Cheese Pleasers, the local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, cheese trays. For Wisconsin's finest cheese, stop at Cheese Pleasers right off of I-39 in Bancroft. As we're out of a SPASH timeout, as the Panthers lead here by a score of 40-29. Lily Treader has hit back-to-back threes for the Hodags. And the Panthers will inbound here from their defensive end. As the Panthers get it in, brought into the front court. They get it ahead to Kornowski. Now baseline. And it's controlled there by Weiler. Top of the key now. That's Ellie Strong. Strong lost it, stolen, but it comes back, and it's secured by Kornowski. It was tipped, so it is Stevens Point basketball. Strong holding, right side Kornowski. Kornowski skips it out to Weiler. Under 10 minutes left in regulation. Weiler had it stripped away by Winter. Crafty play by the junior. Winter to the rack and scores. Kelsey Winter for 2. She has 6 in the game. 40-31, the lead cut to 9. Strong double team, another timeout, Stevens Point. And Coach McCarville, I think that's a very good timeout. She comes and says immediately to her player, not a good spot to go on that sideline. As you're putting yourself in a trap there, they'll use the sideline as an extra defender. And fortunately for the Panthers, they called the timeout. Panther Sports are brought to us in part by Fleet Farm. Get instant savings at Fleet Farm. Skip the wait. Take $10 off your purchase of $75 or more in-store or online. Shop now. Save on gifts for others or maybe even a gift for yourself. Shop all your favorite everyday essentials and save at Fleet Farm. Panthers will inbound on the sideline. Free popcorn announcement here at the field house. That always draws a big cheer. And we're going to have an offensive foul called here on the Panthers. Call it on Katie Kornowski. Moving screen on Kornowski. Her first, team foul number 3. Panthers just got to stay the course. You've led by as many as 15. And the Hodags have clawed back into it. Treader off a double screen, missed the 3. Well, the Panthers dodged a bullet there. She got a good look. Boarded by Weiler. Into the front court comes Stevens Point. Kornowski got it up to Weiler. Now inside, Johnson. Outside to Stroik. Gave it up to Strong. Panthers going to have to find some scoring on this unit here with Seubert out. Who's going to step up? Kornowski. Out top to Johnson. Inside, Weiler goes up, and she is fouled on the play. Good, strong move by Lindsay Weiler. She will shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Winter. Her second. First team foul on the Hodags in the second half. Weiler goes to the Serve Pro free throw line. Well, it got really quiet in here. Free throw missed by Weiler. Serve Pro, Jamie Wenzel, free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro, like it never even happened. Seubert back into the game for the Panthers. Second free throw, Weiler here is in the air and good. Weiler splits the free throws. She is 2 for 4 this evening from the charity stripe. 41-31 your score. 10-point advantage under 9 minutes to play in regulation. Van Zyl catches, throws it to Clark. Clark double team, throws it to the corner. Seubert went down momentarily but pops back up. In the post to Winter, outside Treader. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Nice board by Anna Johnson. Man, she was holding off 2 Hodags there and made a nice play. Into the front court. Weiler, 1 dribble, up and scores. Love the aggressiveness by the Panthers, where they attacked the Hodags there in transition, and Strong with the assist. Lead back up to 12. 3-pointer in and out for Clark. Clark has yet to hit a 3-pointer tonight. Not many nights she goes without draining a 3. 12-point advantage. Panthers can run some clock now. Up by 12. Seubert tried to pass it off. Tipped by Treader. Battle for the ball. Loose on the floor. And it's going to be a held ball. Good hustle there by both teams. It's going to stay with Stevens Point. Panther Sports brought to you by Wood Street Rentals. No matter the job, big or small, look to Wood Street Rentals to get the equipment you need to get the job done. Offering a wide range of equipment needs and delivery to any job site, look to Wood Street Rentals in Stevens Point. Strong, battled by Winter. Got it out to Josie. Josie gave it up to Seubert. Left side, Johnson. Nice post feed. Weiler goes up, missed the bunny. A lot of contact down low. Lindsay played through it, and the Hodags the other way. Here comes Clark into the front court. Clark, a little hesitation and had it stolen away by Seubert. Seubert the other way for Stevens Point. Josie running with her. Got it out to Weiler, and she traveled. Caught it at the top of the key, and the feet went before the ball, and it's a turnover back to the Hodags. 12-point advantage for Stevens Point. 7:28 left. Substitution for the Hodags. That is Tori Ryopel into the game. Hodags inbound, trailing by 12. Panthers led at the half, 26-17. Into the front court now, Clark. Seubert guarding her. Treader comes off a high ball screen. Dribble drive to the rack and scores. Bucket is good. They're going to say that Treader got hit in the face on the way through. Foul's going to be on Weiler. Weiler's third, team foul number 4. Free throw attempt for Treader. Treader leads the Hodags in scoring tonight with 20. That matches game high honors with Seubert. And make it 21 as Treader drains the free throw. 9-point advantage. Panthers trying to keep the Hodags at bay. Nice look. Seubert got it up to Weiler. Boy, I love the aggressiveness by the Panthers. They don't play passive basketball. Passive basketball will get you in trouble, and the Panthers are the attacker. Boy, Van Zyl had a look for a wide-open 3, but had no thoughts on shooting it. Lamers now gives it back out to Clark. Clark brings it back out near the timeline. 6:45 remaining. Now Van Zyl will take the 3 and miss the 3-pointer. Does have a heavily bandaged left hand. Don't know if that contributes to it. Panthers with the lead and the ball. Kornowski into the front court. Got it out to Seubert. Seubert in the post. Josie goes hard to the rack, and she'll go to the free throw line here. Good move by the senior. It's going to be on Lamers. Third, team foul number 2. Abby Josie's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Josie, the lone senior on this roster. The Hodags, they have 6 seniors. Granted, they do have some freshmen who play some big minutes. First free throw good by Abby Josie. Panther Sports brought to us in part by ServPro. That is who our free throw line sponsor is, Jamie Wenzel. Number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. ServPro, like it never even happened. Second free throw, Josie, is good. The senior, Abby Josie, now with 6. And the Panthers up by 13, 47-34. Into the corner now, the Hodags. That's Barkis, her pass stolen away. As Dawson Barkis, a junior, into the game. 13-point advantage for Stevens Point. Kornowski got it out to Abby Josie. Josie off a screen, goes baseline. Nice move to the rack with the left hand, missed it. Got the rebound and missed the second opportunity. Boy, she's working hard. Gotta love the hustle by the 5'11 senior. Winter, third foul, team foul number 3. Josie will shoot 2 here. Panther Sports brought to you in part by Culligan Water. For only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. Josie, 3 straight made free throws at the ServPro free throw line. You know the drill. Number 1 company in restoration, ServPro, like it never even happened. Josie bags 2 free throws. Panthers' biggest lead of the game now at 15. We go under 6 minutes left in regulation. Clark with the ball out top. Clark now, double team. Boy, the Panthers run 2 at her, trying to get the ball out of her hands. Smart play here. Winter, open 17-footer is good. Kelsey Winter, 8 points for the junior off the bench. Trying to keep the Hodags in it. The time's starting to run out, and then 5.5 minutes left. Boy, Josie, that's a tough pass. And a 3-second violation on the Panthers. But Abby Josie threw an entrance pass just across the timeline. That in itself should have counted for something because that was a heck of a pass all the way to the post. Unfortunately, a turnover on 3 seconds. 13-point ball game. Clark into the front court. Clark pressured there by Seubert. Gets a high ball screen. But they are not giving her any sliver of daylight. Nowhere to go and a timeout taken by the Hodags. It's going to be a long one. 5:14 left. Full timeout. 49-36 Stevens Point. We take a break and we're back in a minute. You're watching SPASH Panther Girls Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
And we're back out at the field house. A.J. Ligman with you. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Franny's Family Restaurant, Lier's Jewelers, Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Point Insurance, and Premier Auto. All the great sponsors on Zaleski Sports. I mean, what a great outlet for sports in central Wisconsin and throughout the state for that matter now. You can literally watch up to several games in a night throughout the state. Really just a great concept. Jason Zaleski and his staff, Steve Maves, are our fearless scheduler, trying to keep everybody straight with sending the crews all over the state. Really good operation. So we'd love to have you on board if you got a business and want to be a part of our game broadcast. Come on board. Pass in the post to Winter. Winter kicked it out, stripped away, stolen. Good defense by the Panthers. Seubert with it. Panthers can slow it down now. Up by 13. Work for a good shot here. But again, don't get too passive. Johnson got it out top. Josie, ball stripped away, stolen. Treader on the drive the other way. Treader to the rack and scores. Boy, is she a nice ball player. The senior having herself a ball game here tonight. Treader now up to 23 in the game. Kornowski holds it out top. Gets it out to Johnson. Johnson to Seubert. Seubert thought about using the screen, backs it out near the timeline. Still an 11-point advantage. Cardinals get it in the post. Catch. Josie tied up. Going to be a held ball. Held ball called here. And they're going to say it is going to be Van Zyl back into the game. And Leah Jamison also into the game. It'll be Hodag basketball. They're down by 11, so by no means are the Panthers out of the woods just yet. Ball walked into the front court now by Clark. Got it back across. Van Zyl to the rack. Goes up. Missed the layup. Winter the offensive board. Then a steal by Johnson. Great aggressiveness by Johnson there. Into the front court come the Panthers. Seubert into the post. Weiler catch. Goes up. Missed the layup off the left side. Now the ball brought into the front court. Caught right side three. Good for Treader. 49-41. Hodags hanging in here. 3:40 left. Don't go anywhere. Seubert with the ball out top. Seubert dribble drive to the baseline. Picked it up. Holding, looking. Got it out to Weiler. Weiler faces up. Looking for Johnson in the post. Out to Kornowski. Good curl by Seubert to the rack. Missed the layup. Weiler, the offensive rebound, goes up and scores. All right, Lindsay Weiler with a good bucket there. Weiler with 11 in the second half. She has 14 for the game. Out top now is Clark. Clark with it near the timeline. Gave it up now to Treader. Back to Clark. 3 minutes left. Clark, dribble drive. Picked up her dribble, nowhere to go. Skips it out now to Jamison. Jamison to Van Zyl. Van Zyl had it stripped away, nearly stolen, comes to Clark. Clark wide open 10-footer and good. Auburn Clark for 2. An 8-point ball game. 2:44 left in this one. Into the front court come the Panthers. Seubert gets a high ball screen. Gets it out to Kornowski. Now to Abby Josie. She goes baseline, goes up, had it blocked away. Seubert, the putback is good. Good job by the Panthers to not stop playing there. A Hodag hit the ground. They stop momentarily. Clark, a long three. That comes up short. Boarded by Kornowski, and the foul by Winter. 4th foul on Winter, 4th in the team. That was a long three taken by Clark, and I think Clark, frustration setting in at this point. Substitutions for the Panthers, Troik and Strong into the game. Full court pressure being shown by the Hodags now. They got to turn up the dial here. Down by 9 with 2:15 left. Strong got it ahead. Weiler, one dribble, goes up, missed the bunny, goes up again, missed again, goes up the third time, had it blocked away, and then it's rebounded by Winter. The Panthers had several opportunities there, couldn't cash in. Now with the ball is Clark. Clark, good step out by Josie. Clark, three-pointer, blocked by Seubert. Now Lindsay Weiler got it ahead. This is tipped away by Treader. Panthers didn't have to be in a hurry there. 9-point game. Still a 3-possession game. Down to 1:40 left. Clark off a screen. Shot is up and good. Auburn Clark with 6. 1.5 left in this one. Ball ahead to Stroik. Timeout. Stevens Point. We'll keep it out here. Panther Sports brought to you in part by Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance protecting homes, families, businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Also brought to you in part by Feltz Dairy. The culture of Wisconsin forever tied to life on the farm. Bring the family for a visit to Feltz Dairy stores in Stevens Point. Cheeses, dairy products, local meats, seasonal decor, and so much more. Feltz Dairy Store, food, family, and fun. Reset this one for you here at Stevens Point Area Senior High. Panthers led at the half 26-17, and they have outscored the Hodags here in this second half of this one. By a count, Hodags with 28 in the second half. The Panthers have put up 26. So actually, Rhinelander has outscored the Panthers in the second half, 28-26. Hodags still not going anywhere in this one. We do have an update on the boys' game. SPASH leading Waunakee 52-35. That is with 4 minutes left in the game. So, by Coach John Kroll and his boys basketball team winning at a tough place to play in Waunakee. Panthers will inbound here. Seubert brings it into the front court. Out of a full Panther timeout. Seubert got it ahead to Josie. Hodeg's double teaming at every opportunity. Three-pointer by Strong is long. Battle for the board. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Hodeg basketball. Hodeg's with the basketball, down by 8. Not out of the woods yet are the Panthers. Got to get a defensive stop here. Clark into the front court. Down to a minute 13 and the clock running. Left side, Treader, step out three. That's blocked by Josie. And then a held ball as Jacinta Stroik got tied up with Winter. Panther Sports brought to you by Express Employment Professionals. They have relationships with all businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. 8-point advantage. 1:06 left in regulation. Josie holding. Got it ahead to Strong. Strong into the front court. Got it to Stroik. Double team. Nowhere to go. Had it stripped away. Stolen. Here comes Clark the other way. Clark into the front court. Clark into the lane. Jump stop. Kick out. Catch. Zile to the rack. And the layup is good. Van Zile for 2. Timeout by the Hodegs. Full timeout. I think that's going to be their last one. 42 seconds left, 53-47 Panthers. Lead by 6. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this 30-second timeout. You're watching Panther Girls Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe. And now open on Saturday nights. Try the new Rock and Roll Cafe Bar and Grill on Church Street.
And we're back out at the Fieldhouse. SPASH leading by 6 with 42 seconds left. Our game broadcast brought to you by Shuta Funeral Home, your local family-owned and operated funeral home committed to serving families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable funeral homes. Shuta Funeral Home of Stevens Point and Plover. Panthers up 6. Got to take care of the ball. The Hodegs only have 14 fouls, so they've got to foul 3 more times to get you into the bonus. Panthers will inbound. Hodegs out of timeouts. Panthers have 1 timeout. Seubert gets the inbounds pass. She'll bring it into the front court. Seubert all the way to the rack, and a foul called here. Seubert will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul is going to be on Lamers. 4th, team foul number 5. Seubert shoots 2. Seubert 22 points. Make it 23 to lead Stevens Point. 1 more free throw at our Serve Pro free throw line. Seubert in the air. Good. Jada Seubert hits both free throws. 8-point advantage. 35 seconds left. Clark into the front court. Clark into the lane. Clark to the rack. Blocked by Jacinta Stroik. Boy, have the Panthers just done a phenomenal job on the leading scorer for the Hodegs. Then a foul by Van Zile in the backcourt. Second foul on her, 6th team. Still not shooting the bonus here. Panther Sports brought to you by Rock and Roll Cafe. Treat the whole family to breakfast or lunch. The Rock and Roll Cafe, Mexican and American dishes, cooked to perfection daily. Stanley Street in Stevens Point. Panthers get it into Josie. Josie into the front court now to Stroik. Stroik back out to Josie. Josie holding. Got it back out to Stroik. Hodegs need to foul and do. Van Zile with the hit. Her 3rd, team foul 7. Jacinta Stroik to the free throw line. She's 1 for 2 tonight. Don't forget our Nasonville Dairy postgame show to follow. We'll talk to head coach Janelle McCarville as the Panthers look like they're on their way to their 11th win of the season. In the air, good for Stroik. She shoots 1 more at the Serve Pro free throw line, number 1 in restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. 1 more free throw for Stroik here. In the air, soft touch is good. Jacinta Stroik, 3 out of 4 at the charity stripe. 9 seconds, 8. Clark into the front court. 7, 6. Clark holding, lobs it out. Van Zile, 2, 1. Throws to the middle, and that's going to do it here tonight. Your final score, SPASH 57, And Rhinelander, 47. Panthers outscore the Hodags 31-30 in the second half and pick up the victory here tonight. Panthers victorious by 10, 57-47. We will take a break, and we will be back with the postgame show as you're watching SPASH Girls Basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, we welcome you back out to the SPASH Fieldhouse. SPASH Panthers, nice non-conference win over Rhinelander this evening. Final score of 57-47. Janelle McCarville joins us in the postgame show, and boy, what I really like about your squad, Coach, is they're just a fun bunch to watch, and you're without one of your top players in Adelia Nest, but I think it shows this team has a lot of young ladies who can step it up each night. You took on a quality non-conference opponent in Rhinelander. I thought you guys controlled the game for the most part. Got a little dicey at the end, down to 6, but I think that's a learning lesson. You win by 10 this evening, a good victory on your home court.
Absolutely. You know, Rhinelander is a great team like you talked about. They got a lot of talent, and they play their roles really well. Number one is great young talent, and happy to see her progress out there. For us, the girls are putting in the work. I'm asking a lot of them in practice, lots of games. I think we're on 7 games in 13 days right now, so it's been a whirlwind, but the team's doing what I'm asking, and lots of people are stepping up in the absence of Adelia Nest.
Talk about that, like 7 games in a 13-day stretch. As a coach here, I mean, sort of call us the dog days of the season here. You're getting to the second half of your conference schedule. Obviously, some big games coming up. How do you do going through and working the ladies hard, but also giving them the rest too to help them rejuvenate and get ready for the games? Because you know it's a tough time of year, and it's always a transition.
Absolutely. You know, I think I'm trying to play the players the best that they can in minutes here and there, get bench players in, starters rest when possible, and then the practice leading up to games in this whirlwind that you described is I've been really smart about it in terms of not pushing people, challenging others who haven't played as much to get the conditioning and cardio up, and just being ready when your number's called. I think everybody's done that. I have no problem playing 1 through 12, 11 now with Nest out, but I'm really proud of my team, my bench, and the work that they put in.
Yeah, it definitely shows the work that they put in. You talked about this Rhinelander squad. Auburn Clark came into the game averaging 22 points. She had only 6 tonight, and all those were in the second half. But you clearly frustrated her. You threw her a lot of different looks. Soybert matched up with her for quite a bit in the evening. But I thought your help side defense was fantastic on her. You had several block shots from the weak side. It took a total team defensive effort to be able to shut her down tonight. Definitely.
She's a great player. And she's going to be even better as the seasons go on. But yeah, the team did a great job following the game plan, trying to limit her touches, and on top of that, making every touch difficult. On top of that, contest every shot without fouling. Yes, threw doubles at her, put the zone at her. Again, they fought hard. Credit to Rhinelander and the coaching staff for the preparation into this game, but even more for my girls for the work that they put in, understanding the scout and the team we're facing on the day of the game.
No, you did a good job then down the stretch. Free throws, 13 out of 16 from the free throw line. They got some fist bumps here. That's good. 9 of 10 in the second half. I mean, obviously that could be the difference here down the stretch as you vie for a conference title. Good to see the ladies stepping up to the line, knocking down the free throws when called. And it's not just one player. You got it from multiple players across the board hitting them. As a coach, you got to take some satisfaction in that.
Absolutely. That is not by luck. We work a lot on free throws. We put ourselves in pressure free throw situations in practice and game situations to treat it like it's nothing new when the time comes. So again, all the credit to the girls for putting in the work, the understanding of what I'm looking from them, and I'm trying to put them in a position to be successful, and they're doing a great job making me look good.
Talk about your non-conference schedule. I think it's good to see when schools such as yourself challenge yourself. You brought a really good new London team in here, and you kept them at bay and beat them rather handily. You played Rhinelander. You played Fond du Lac over in the Century Classic. Appleton East. You went over to the Fox Valley and took on some tough teams there. Talk about what that will do to help mold your team come March, when you're going to be seeing a lot of different schools from maybe all over and seeing a variety of play.
Exactly that. Basketball in the state of Wisconsin is different depending on which conference you come from, the style in that conference. So getting out and facing quality teams from the Great Northern or the Fox Valley, or even teams from the South, is all preparation for, playoffs or the postseason push that we want to make, and just being as prepared as possible, seeing the different defenses, the different style of play, and acclimating to what we can and cannot do against them and how to guard it. So all prep for the postseason.
Basketball, obviously a big team sport, but it helps when you have some individuals who excel. I mean, Jada Soybert, 24 nights, just another day at the office for her. But I mean, I think she showed what a well-rounded game she has. As a coach, when you have a freshman who plays with that type of poise out there, I mean, that's an advantage a lot of teams and luxury teams don't have.
Absolutely. Jada plays older than a freshman for sure. I'm really excited to see the growth she has in the next couple years. But in this moment, she's doing everything I'm asking of her. She's doing everything the team needs from her in Adelia's absence. Definitely plays older than she is.
Coach, doing a really fine job with this program. It's great to see the excitement. A lot of young ladies coming out playing ball. Your JV team with a nice victory here tonight, too. A lot of good things happening for this Panther program. We look forward to following you down the stretch.
Absolutely. Love having you guys here.
All right. Excellent. Head coach Janelle McCarville. We'll take one of the players in the post game here.
Abby Josie.
Yeah, let's bring Abby Josie.
Abby Josie!
Bring Abby over.
You got to come be in the house.
Oh, boy. She looks nervous, but she's your only senior, so we got to get her in the house here this evening.
Just her face.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Abby, are you gonna be on Zaleski Sports? All right. Abby Josie joined us in the post game. Abby, you're our Nasonville Dairy Player of the Game. Congratulations. 8 points for you here this evening. But talk about this team, Abby. I mean, you're the lone senior on this roster. You're playing with a lot of underclassmen who are very good ball players, but this is a really, really good, well-rounded team that you have this year, and it seems like you ladies are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we definitely are. At the beginning of the year, it was kind of tough because none of us had played together before. But now our chemistry is really good and we're playing really well together, and it's a lot of fun.
Talk about playing for a first-year head coach in Janelle McCarville. Obviously, she's a legend here at Stevens Point, was an excellent high school basketball player, started at the University of Minnesota, played in the WNBA. What has she taught you as a player in her first year as a coach? Because that's got to be a tough transition, going into your senior year. brand new coach. But how about we start? What has it been like to play for her this year?
It's been, honestly, it's really exciting to play with her because she was such a good player, and she just teaches us a whole bunch of new moves, a whole bunch of new things, and we just all take it and run with it.
It seems like, obviously, you girls love playing for her. I mean, it seems like you got a lot of passion for her. It seems like she likes to play an up-tempo defensive style, and I think it helps that you do have the depth. I was talking to Coach. You're up without one of your top players in Adelia Ness, your point guard, but you really haven't lost a beat. It seems like it doesn't matter who's called on. They can step up 1 through 12 in this team, and that's a nice luxury to have.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah,
Continue your thought.
I love playing like upbeat defense. My favorite thing is defense in basketball, and I just think together we play really well, and then we put in the 1-3-1, and that's been working really well. So yeah.
Tonight, you had a nice night at the free throw line. 6 for 6, 8 points. I bet your dad will be happy about that. If you don't know, Abby's dad is between her and her older sister, who's now at lacrosse. He's always, if you can hear any shouting in the SPASH gym, it's usually him. He's always keeping on you to hit those free throws. As a player, talk about what it takes to try to knock down the free throws in pressure situations.
I always just tell myself it's just me in the basket. I mean, nobody's guarding you, so you just got to focus and knock it down.
Now, Abby, you head back into conference play here on Friday night. You head to Wausau West to take on the Warriors, and then you got a big conference game back here in Stevens Point on Monday against Marshfield. That goal, that conference title, is within sight. How big is it going to be down the stretch against these conference teams?
Obviously, our most important game is the next one. So Wausau West, we're going there Friday, and that's what we're going to focus on. And then from there, we're going to focus on Marshfield.
Spoken like a true player, obviously very good. All right, Abby, we're going to give you the mic. You're going to look up at the camera. You got to let them know you're in the house here in Stevens Point.
Can I go? I'm Abby Josie, and I'm in the house.
All right, great job. Thanks,
Thank
Abby.
you.
Congrats. All right, Abby Josie, our Nasonville Dairy Player of the Game. We thank her for being in the house with us this evening. Final game statistics tonight in this contest. Jada Soibert had 24 points. She wasn't the leading scorer for the game, though. We'll get to that young lady who played well for Rhinelander, who led us in scoring tonight. So 24 for Jada Soibert this evening. 14 for Lindsay Weiler. 8 points for our Nasonville Dairy Player of the Game, Abby Josie. 6 for Lydia Johnson. 3 for Jacinta Stroik, 2 for Ellie Strong. 19 two-point field goals for the Panthers, 2 three-point field goals. Panthers shot 13 of 16 from the free throw line this evening. For the Rhinelander Hodags, Lily Treader led them in scoring with 26. Phenomenal game for the senior. She had 18 of those in the second half. 8 for Kelsey Winter, 6 for Auburn Clark. That's 16 points off of her average. The Panthers really did a nice job defensively on her. Morgan Van Zyl had 4, 3 for Vivian Lamers, as the Hodags, they were outscored 26-17 in the first half. Panthers outscored them 31-30 in the second half to pick up the 57-47 win here tonight in Stevens Point. Rhinelander falls to 11-5 overall. They still will have a chance at the Great Northern Conference titles. They are a game behind Lakeland at 6-1. Panthers improved to 11-6 overall in the season. They are 6-0 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. They're back in conference play Friday night up at Wausau against the West Warriors. Well, that wraps up our game broadcast here this evening for Stevens Point. Thanks to Dan, our on-site studio engineer, all the great sponsors of high school sports on Zaleski Sports. As we bid you a good evening, the SPASH Panther girls defeat Rhinelander in non-conference girls basketball here this evening, 57-47. AJ Ligman bidding you a good Tuesday evening from Stevens Point.